things that decrease your aura. Why is it important to maintain your aura? Because your aura is your external world. And I'm sure you want to have the best external world as possible, but first it comes from the internal. Feed the flesh and you will die. Feed the spirit and you will reap eternal life. You got to understand our thoughts are vibrations that we're sending to the spirit. Negative self-talk is the most popular way that a lot of teachers say this is decreasing your aura, and of course it's decreasing your aura. They say replace it with positive self-talk. Every time you hear something like I can't, replace it with I can. All that is powerful. Having the mind of Christ is all you need to do, because it's not you thinking, it's you basically being conscious while not putting the energy towards conscious thinking. Because the mind of Christ, you automatically get heavenly thoughts flow into your mind. You automatically get heavenly knowings, heavenly faith flowing into your mind, therefore into your heart, therefore into your spirit, therefore molding your outer reality. You shall not worry about anything. Don't worry about anything. Give your words to God. I'm going to run through these. Give your words to God. How do you give your words to God? Meditate in His presence. Now, a lot of people, they just want to worry and focus on the physical. Take a step back. Go into a quiet room. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that you are one with all. Be still and have the mind of Christ. There is no need to worry because you are already taken care of. If you have a desire, it's already yours. So there's no need to worry about something. If you're worrying about health, you desire good health. That's God letting you know you already have good health. Because if you desire something, it's impossible not to have it, because you're thinking of something. You can't think of something that doesn't exist. Everything exists in parallel realities. It's for you to realize with your mind, with your inner eye, with your imagination, with your faith, to see it with your real eyes. Unforgiveness is a powerful one because there are hundreds of things we could forgive. We could forgive our first grade bully. I've been forgave them. We could forgive ourselves for the mistakes. We could forgive our exes, our parents, our teachers for doubting us. Forgive everyone and love them. Pour love into the people who did you wrong. This is a verse in the Bible. Don't match wrong with wrong, but wrong with love. You have to understand love is the most powerful tool. It's the most powerful weapon, in fact, because love can be any weapon. Love can be any weapon. That's why it's the most powerful weapon. Love the ones who you feel like don't deserve the forgiveness, even though them not deserving your forgiveness is you not deserving your own forgiveness, because you not forgiving them is only hurting. Envy is another powerful one that destroys your aura, and sometimes I even get caught up in this, but I always remember to be happy for them because I know that we are all one. When I'm celebrating someone else's success, I'm celebrating my success. When I'm envying someone else, when I don't hate on anybody, but if you were to hate on someone, if you were to say he ain't even doing that much, or she's ugly, you're only talking about yourself. Love thy neighbor as yourself, because we are all one. Lust is probably one of the biggest temptations I know men have to go through. But when you conquer lust, you conquer everything. Lust is the biggest discipline demotivator, and when you conquer it, it's the biggest motivator to your discipline. It's a discipline appreciator, which means it goes up. Your discipline goes up when you conquer lust. But whenever you think of lustful thoughts, you're just reinforcing the neural pathways in your brain. Therefore, you'll think of them even more. Even when you're not thinking of them, they're in your unconscious, which is why it's important to be conscious of Christ's mind. So you don't have to do conscious thinking 24/7, because that's going to burn yourself out. Versus being conscious with Christ's mind, you just get thoughts that flow to you. So when you're unconscious, you have unconscious thoughts coming to your mind, and it could be lustful thoughts, which could be lowering your aura without you realizing. Turn away from lust. It's as easy as it's said. It's not hard unless you make it hard. Think of it like this. Who is it going to be hard for? The man who thinks it's hard, or the man who thinks it's easy? The only person that can make it hard is yourself. So unfollow those IG thoughts. Stop doom scrolling. You shouldn't even be watching that Pornhub. Substance abuse it's one. I'm not gonna say all substances are lowering your aura, because shrooms, that definitely doesn't lower your aura. But if you're abusing shrooms, which you can't really abuse shrooms, alcohol, I don't gotta say nothing about alcohol. You already know that. Weed, if you're abusing it, yes, it can lower your aura. I used to abuse it, and it used to get me off track from God, when weed should be a spiritual motivator. When you smoke, you should be talking to God. You should be getting more spiritual. Don't use it as a distraction from life, as a distraction from your feelings, to numb your feelings, because it numbs your feelings for what? The couple hours that you're high, they're going to come back even stronger because you didn't take care of them yourself. Toiling for wealth. You should not toil for wealth, because all the wealth is already yours. You're already abundant as you can be. It's for you to realize, to see it with your real eyes. Be diligent in your works. Diligent and toiling for wealth are two different things. Who's going to make money? The man who uses his own wealth and AI literally to help him with his business, or the man who's moving 20 bricks for $20 an hour? Overly eating processed foods. Now, if you eat one bag of Taki a month, yeah, you're probably good. But I don't have to say any more. Processed foods, cut that out completely. I'm not gonna beg you, but low key, I'm almost gonna beg you. You should really cut out the processed foods. As men know, your sexual energy is your most potent energy. The energy you get down there, it's hard to contain. That you release it, but you could transfer that energy towards your goals, towards the faith, which equals the knowing, which equals the materialization. So are you going to sacrifice a quick 5 seconds of a dopamine rush that's going to demotivate you for the rest of the day? Or are you going to save that energy to materialize the generational wealth for your family? Toxic relationships, cut it out. I don't care if you love them, cut it out. If it's toxic and they're not helping you, if you have a relationship that isn't appreciating your life, which means making you level up, cut it out. Cut them off. Simple. Doom scrolling. Why are you doing this to yourself? I don't even have to say anything. You already know. I don't even have to say anything. Forgetting who you are without the ego. Without the ego is very important, because you have the mind of Christ. Don't forget that you have the mind of Christ, the Spirit of God. The body is the dwelling place of God. But also, identity is very important, because with your identity, you get thoughts. With thoughts, you get emotions. With emotions is you get actions, which in actions materializes whatever. It materializes it. You could have the emotion to be happy and to go on a walk. You walk outside, you find what you've been looking for. You feel me? But it comes from identity first, of already having it, or being the person you want to be, or just being. Don't forget who you are, because the minute you forget who you are, you start producing thoughts and actions from a lacking mindset. Living from the ego. How do you not live from the ego? Recognize yourself as one with God, therefore one with everyone. God is within everyone. Everyone has the mind of Christ. That's why it says in the Bible many times, think as one. Think as one. And don't live from the ego. Don't know yourself as God. Don't cling to yourself as God, to exalt yourself over others. Use it to serve for others, because that's what we were put on this earth to do, is to serve. We are servants of each other. Love your brother as yourself, because loving your brother or loving your neighbor as yourself is you loving yourself. You helping someone else is just helping yourself. You hoarding from someone else is just you hoarding from yourself. That's all I got for y'all. Deuces, my nooses.